Siberius, and we about to get serious. It's the real Siberius, making fanboys furious.
Hello, YouTube, and welcome to The Real Siberius. On this episode, I want to talk about Paul Pierce is a dunce, Part 3. There is a saying that I've always appreciated. It is better to remain silent and let others believe you are a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. Paul Pierce really needs to follow this logic. He is recently quoted as saying, Victor Wembanyama is the most complete player ever. What? Again, I feel like I'm stuck in a glitch in the matrix, being forced to say the same thing over and over again. These people have to be getting paid to say these things because this is unsubstantiated crap. So let's break this down, Paul. The most complete player ever has never played 72 games in their first 3 seasons. In 2 of their seasons, they didn't play 50 games, and they didn't play 65 games in the other. Who gives a rat's ass what you're doing when you play, when most of the time you aren't playing? Also, who cares if you're 7'4" if you're made out of balsa wood and wet toilet paper? I talked about this in my Wemby You Suck video. I liked Wemby from the start. I thought he said and demonstrated some great qualities. However, in a remarkably short time, he's done the opposite. He is 20 and can't play 82 games in the weakest era ever? If you're too fragile, fix it. If you're too soft, fix it. Injury is not an excuse. Everyone gets injured. Put on some muscle mass, do some conditioning, run suicides until your matchstick legs snap. I'm going to call it right now. He will never even play 80 games in his career. And his career will be cut short because his body can't handle it. But this video isn't about Wemby. It's about Paul, I am a professional dunce Pierce. The same Paul Pierce that said he is as good of a scorer as Michael Jordan. More unsubstantiated bullshit. He then had to, of course, qualify by saying he's equal or better than Jordan because he isn't as athletic as Jordan. I'm sorry, Paul Pierce, but let me refresh your memory. For your career, you averaged 19.7 points per game for your career. Jordan averaged 30.1. You aren't even in the same fucking stratosphere as Jordan. And you've played almost half of your career in the weakest era. And you still couldn't sniff Jordan's scoring ability. So what the fuck are you talking about? Every day I turn on sports media and I am assaulted by a front of idiocy. Stooges making moronic claims of greatness that never was and never will be. We really need to formulate some new rules, and here are a few of my proposed rules. Active players are not great no matter what they've done. If you have played half of your career in the post-2014 era, everything you did has an asterisk. If you didn't do it under the same standards that actual greats did, it will never be referred to as greatness. It's called a standard for a reason. If you didn't live up to the standard, it doesn't count. If you mention that you are great once, you will never be considered great. To quote Sweetness, if you're good, you'll tell everyone. If you're great, they'll tell you. Bring on the hate. Bring on the defense of the modern era. Bring on the defense of manufactured greatness. The reality is, I don't bend or break to pressure. I'm not a fragile snowflake. I don't give a fuck what you think. You can agree with me? Great. You can disagree with me. Great. It's not going to change my opinion. It's not going to make me lower my standard. It's not going to make me accept mediocrity. I've wondered what has happened to words like decent, quality, adequate, serviceable, acceptable when describing a player. Today, everyone has to be touted as being the best at something. Today, these words would be considered an insult, when in reality, they would be a far more accurate description of most players' talent. Back in the day, when everyone wasn't so delicate and sensitive, these words were praise. Not glaze, not sycophants, just praise. And that was good enough, because that's what most players were. Good enough. Words like elite, great, generational, peak, excellence were reserved for those few that earned them. We hadn't trivialized or watered down our vocabulary to inflate and fantasize the mediocre into greatness. You were what you were, and you were happy to be it. Everyone today is seeking validation, because if someone considered them average, they wouldn't use it as fuel to better themselves, to improve their game, to try harder. They would view it as an insult and cry and pout. When did we become so mentally weak, so starved for praise, so wanting of attention and glaze? It makes me sad. It makes me angry. It disgusts me. Self-aggrandizing is weakness seeking validation. What has happened to self-respect, self-esteem, self-assured? All of these things come from within. You can't buy them or fake them. You have to earn them. And part of earning them is climbing the mountain, weathering the cold, trying and failing, getting your teeth kicked in, and coming back for more. What the fuck has happened to perseverance, to dedication? I just don't fucking get it. I seriously wonder, where have all the men gone? I don't know. They seem to be missing in all aspects of life. And the reality is, most real men have just stopped showing up because they weren't appreciated, they weren't acknowledged, they weren't respected, and now they're being punished for being men. I don't know where we're headed, but it appears to be to hell in a handbasket. We can't keep going this way. There's a saying or a quote that I've always loved. Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. Well, we're certainly in the weak men creating hard times era, and we better fucking pray to God that hard times create strong men, because they're gone. Where the fuck have they gone? Everyone has moments of weakness. Everyone does. And then you figure it the fuck out, you get back up, you dust yourself off, and you carry on again. Nobody wants to carry on. Nobody wants to dust themselves off. Nobody wants to get up and put in the fucking fight. I don't know. I mean, I wish I had an answer. Sadly, the man that taught me to be a man is dead. And I miss him daily, because when I had questions, when I needed answers, when I just needed to be told, grow the fuck up, man the fuck up, he was always there to tell me. Now I have to do it myself, and I will. And I'll do it for others also. That was a long moment of silence, but the reality is I don't have the words to fill it. I'm not losing hope because I don't give up. I don't lay down. I don't quit. But man, we need some people to figure it out. Hopefully they will. Hopefully they will. Anyway, that's the end of the video. If you made it to the end, I certainly appreciate it. As always, I do want to give a shout out to the content creators that continue to inspire me to do this. Uncommon Sense, Angry Old Hoops, Self-Researched NBA Facts, 93Z, Sports and Fitness Rants, Uncut Hoops, Beam Engine, In Your Face Hoops, Eddie TV, King Speech Road, Goatcast Hoops, Geloso Nation, Ring Culture, The Basketball Show, Pineapple Midrange. I always appreciate your guys' takes, your perspectives, and your humor. And I'll catch you in the next one.